It had been a long and brutal war. The Alliance and the Skibidi army had fought for months, locked in a relentless struggle. But everything changed when the Astro Toilets invaded Earth with a singular, horrifying goal: to wipe out all life on the planet. Desperate to resist, the Alliance and the Skibidi army set aside their differences, forming a new force, the United Forces of Earth, to battle the invaders. They fought fiercely, but the Astro Toilets were simply too powerful, their advanced weaponry overwhelming even the strongest defenders. That was, until the Speakerman made a discovery. Deep beneath the Earth, buried in ancient stasis, lay another gearhead race, the drill race. Once awakened, the drill men joined the fight, bringing their expertise in subterranean warfare. But even with their help, victory remained out of reach. The drill race knew they needed more allies. It took 5 grueling months to locate another dormant faction, the clock race. But in that time, the world had suffered unimaginable losses. Australia had become uninhabitable, its wildlife and vegetation mutating beyond recognition. A quarter of Asia was lost, and half of humanity minus 3.35 billion people had perished. Then, something even more disturbing began. Humans started vanishing, not dying, not fleeing, simply disappearing. And though the clockmen were finally found, their numbers were dangerously low. Many among the United Forces of Earth questioned whether they could make a difference at all. Frustrated by the continued disappearance of humans, the Astro Toilets doubled their efforts, accelerating their campaign to erase all life. The war was spiraling toward devastation. Through heated debate and growing desperation, the clockmen ultimately chose to fight. But they would not fight alone. 2 new gearhead races emerged, the Cassidmen and the Sonarmen. The Cassidmen had been the ones hiding humans, shielding them from complete extinction. With their assistance, the Sonarmen were created, a powerful force capable of countering the Astro threat in ways never seen before. The tides began to turn. The Astro Toilets, once unstoppable, recoiled in fear at the arrival of the clock race and Cassidmen. And with these new forces rallying alongside the United Forces of Earth, the invaders were finally driven off. For now. Plunger, what are you reading? A familiar voice broke his focus, and Plunger looked up from the tablet in his hands. He was met with the face of his best friend, Camera Girl, her curiosity evident. Just reviewing my past history notes before the big meeting, he said, tapping the screen. It only covers the Skibidi War and Astro invasion, there's barely anything on the arrival of the computer races to Earth. Then he pointed at her. And don't call me Plunger. What if Camera Woman heard you? Or worse, Speaker Woman, they'd do some crazy shit. His tone was firm, but not without a hint of humor. Camera Girl raised her hands in defense. Sorry, my bad, just trying to get used to calling you something other than your designation and all. Plunger nodded, understanding. It had only been a month since the older Camera Woman had taken them under her wing, after hearing he wanted to learn the plunger. Honestly, he had always wanted to master using the plunger, mainly because Plunger Man had been one of Titan Cameraman's closest allies. He had considered wielding a hammer, but his body simply couldn't lift one properly. And with upgrades outlawed since 2015, he had no choice but to go with the next best option. Let's just get going. If we hurry, we can get some lunch with Speaker Dude before the meeting, he said, already jogging toward where he knew the Speakerman was. Camera Girl gave a quick, sure, before jogging after him. As they moved, Plunger reminded himself to find the notes on the aftermath of the invasion after the meeting.